Hello guys and welcome to the channel. So how are you guys doing? So I want to react to something here. There's a documentary that's just been aired by DW about carbon offsetting and carbon footprints in the northern part of Kenya. So we've seen that there are companies like the Netflix and Mark Zuckerberg, Facebook. They're trying to actually offset their carbon emission through some projects in the northern part of Kenya, which is bringing a lot of problem, to the communities around the region. So we all know in our world there's increasing awareness of climate change and its environment. It's
in search of fresh pastures. But today, the land has become ground zero in the scramble for a new and lucrative natural resource. One that is tearing communities apart. Carbon offsets have become big business here. Western tech companies like Netflix and Meta have invested millions in a project aimed at sucking CO2 from the atmosphere by controlling where and when livestock can graze.
So I think it's this. So we have this is northern part of Kenya, and we know that the northern part of Kenya is commonly known for actually a pastoralism. So this is where these guys are larger herders. They have large kettles, goods that they can come, they graze from one part from another. So one reason I think, let's see this. The community, or these people live in a community. Like for example, where in Kajiado, there's large pieces of land. So these lands, they graze from one period to another. So here in this context, we have Meta, the Northern Rangers Trust, or NRT, and we have Netflix and the community. So there's a war going on between these projects that its intention was good, but how they're doing it's very bad, And if you see some of the comments, is that people are actually not happy about these projects.
Fragile landscape.
You can be kidnapped or even killed.
Why is this green solution being met with so much opposition? And why are Kenya's carbon dealers so keen on keeping journalists and researchers away?
I'm the sub-county criminal investigation officer. I'm in charge of investigations. Somebody has raised a complaint. You might expose some confidential matters outside.
He might expose some confidential matters outside. So my question is, this is a vast land. The project is supposed to benefit the local community. So what is that confidential land? And from the videos, you can actually see that there are people who are willing to let these journalists to see, and there are people who are against, and all the community leadership are open to share the information, but these people hired with the guns, they are actually the one bringing havoc. So I think they should, the proper way, they should start by actually engaging the community, but not these NRT or the NRT, which apparently means Northern Rangers, so something like that.
Rangelands coordinators like Francis Bahati are crucial to the cash flow. They oversee how many animals are allowed onto a given plot of community land over the course of a grazing season, and make reports to calculate the amount of CO2 this helps absorb.
We are participating in Northern Rangeland Carbon Project.
So apparently, now this project, it's Meta and Netflix, they have come, I think they have purchased, they have grabbed large portions of land with help courtesy of, I think, the RFT and the few there. And so they have fenced, so it's like they're allowing, like they're controlling the way these pastoralists graze their land, So these pastoralists graze at this portion A, when it's finished, portion B. So it's like they, okay, I get the concept. Now, how is this actually helping in reduce carbon emission? We all know that trees use the carbon for actually photosynthesis and air, so they consume a lot. So they have fenced this portion of land, allow it the vegetation to grow or the grass to grow, then it absorbs a lot of carbon in that area, which is a good project, right? Let's go.
As a conservancy, and the type of carbon, we call it soil carbon. By using rotational or grazing, that coordinated grazing, that grass also stored CO2 from the atmosphere, and is also a source of revenue for the community.
That revenue goes to paying the salaries of Conservancy staff like Francis, as well as helping to fund community projects like wells and schools. The NRT and coordinators like Francis insist the process is participatory and transparent.
We have board of directors, and they are elected by the community. We go to them and tell, this is the right time now we start to think about grazing planning. Where do you want us to take our livestock? They discuss and agree, and they give us a list. So the Conservancy now support. We are not restricting livestock. We try to support the elders to do traditional grazing, but in a modern way, or in a way that is sustainable for them.
So theoretically, big companies in the global north get to take their emissions off their books, and local people in the global south benefit from the money invested. Community control with no coerced restrictions on nomads moving.
Okay, is this the case here? I don't think so. It's only, as we know in Africa, it's money goes to actually few people. So first, let me tell you. So people who want to know about carbon credit and also what's that. So carbon emission primarily comes from human activities like burning fossil fuels like coal, oil, and natural gases, for energy. So as well as activities like deforestation, agriculture, and waste management. So why Meta and Facebook? For their project to run, actually they depend on high amount of fossil fuel, which is the largest pollutant to the actual economy. So this action release the carbon dioxide and other greenhouse gases to the atmosphere, contributing to global warming and climate change. And you all know the effect of climate change, what is happening in LA right now, So, in order to combat this, like the agencies or the world agencies responsible for actually controlling world climate, they give like incentive for people actually, or the incentive or money, for these people who actually like try to preserve the environment, So that's carbon credit. So carbon credits are certifications that represent the a right to emit 1 metric ton of carbon dioxide or its equivalent in other greenhouse gases. In essence, it's a financial instrument allowing companies, organizations, or even government offset their emission by investing in emission reduction projects. So yes, so carbon credits allow, okay, I know it's like, say, I know you guys are polluting the environment, right? But let's try to and bring projects that will actually reduce these emissions, and like our country Kenya has been in forefront of fighting or trying to enjoy the carbon credit efforts, like Kenya, we depend mostly on green or renewable sources of energy. Yeah, for example, dams, the windmills. We are actually not so much pollutant, but of course cars run on fuel, right? Fuel pollutes the environment.
Sounds pretty great, but the reality on the ground is not so simple. Lamako Charo has been traveling for 2 days with his camels across the wilderness. He says grazing boundaries imposed by the carbon project's implementers have forced him to come north in search of pasture. We wanted to see these fences for ourselves, so the next day, our team sets off for Sarah Conservancy, where herders tell us a well-fortified barrier is blocking pastoralists from the pasture that their animals crave. We are blocked by the same rangers that the herders warned us about.
So, these rangers are the middlemen. I know where the problem comes in is that Meta gives the money. This money must benefit the community, but so now the middleman is the problem, So we know, like, the best ways for this Meta to actually protect or benefit the community. Let's build water projects. Let's build like agricultural projects for this community. So up to there, I think I was reading through the comments, and let's highlight this comment here. Say, I've never been for carbon credit trading. I believe carbon capture and mitigation should happen at its source. Polluters should be responsible for charging their method and no one else. Okay? So they want, if Meta, let's reduce from the source. Let's not pollute there and come and pretend like we're doing this. So these and these cancels. So it's ground zero. It's like you're not doing nothing. But we all know that no matter how, you guys are polluting and polluting and polluting. So there's this one interesting comment here. I really enjoyed the video. It was very informative on big tech companies. Those companies should be focusing on reducing their own carpet emission at their headquarters instead of disrupting local herders' livelihood and using violence against them. Also do acknowledge that they are helping the lands in Kenya heal and grow new vegetation, but I think the harder shift more say of how this land management is implemented to not disrupt livelihood. So when you go there, here, This thing is bringing havoc. It's causing loss of life, it's causing discomfort, it's causing threats to the community, all because of middlemen. So I think from my point of view, they're trying, Meta is trying, but the approach, if we have people protesting, and in the beginning of the video they claim that they involve the local community in consultation, in preparation, in planning. We want to see some places where now where these things becomes more of threat.
With the NRT's appointed Conservancy staff unwilling to speak with us, we decide to talk with the community's elected elders instead. Wilfred Longley was chair of Malacca Conservancy's board from 2013 to 2016, when the Carbon Project began. He and current board member Singida Lekuton want to show us what has become of one of the Conservancy's projects since Wilfred's tenure. This was once a luxury destination.
But let's listen.
For international tourists, keen for an African safari experience. Though this construction predates the arrival of Carbon Project funds, at least 6 similar lodges have been built or renovated using carbon credit proceeds, including one that overlooks the grazing boundary where Solomon saw his father shot.
So, the few credit that they've gotten, they have used to build the lodges and are renovating some tourist destination. Who's benefiting from this project? You will find there's a local politician, there's a local person there, there's a big person, big tumbocrat there that's benefiting from this project, because you can say the local communities will benefit directly from this,
Today, this lodge in Malacca is a burnt-out husk, consumed by a mysterious fire in 2022.
Oh no. They built the project, they renovated, but unfortunately it burned down again. So who burned down? Did it burn down itself, or Meta and its collaborators burned down?
Just as we are setting up to receive his testimony, Wilfred's phone rings.
So they have learned that the DW team is there to interview. There is the former board chair of the Conservancy. So they are threatening. They're saying, Ambiha watotoke, which literally means tell those people to go. They are coming to expose us. They are coming to show how we are eating, and you guys are not eating, something like that.
Mardeka jogi kabuitere mara kabuitere means skiza. Sasa unasikia vile anathreaten mimi. He's threatening me. Threatening you for what? Anasema kwa nini wanapeleka wageni huko na hakuna.
That's one. So imagine this is a person just want to show people how the area looks like, but unfortunately it's like they need letters, emails from NRT. And so in the beginning of, if you haven't watched the full video, go to the DW page, or I'll pin the link down to watch the whole story. So these they're acting like they are gods of the area. They do everything.
After the phone call, Wilfred insists the fire was an accident. Rangers from a nearby camp quickly appear, and we are told to stop our filming.
They were asking me who told you to take them here. I don't know how. And then I told him, how did you know that we are here?
By the time we return to the nearby settlement of Marile, night has fallen. Local youth tell us that someone has been by to record the color and license plate number of our team's vehicle.
So, it's so unfortunate that, imagine the project that is supposed to benefit the community, it's burned down. And you'll find that these ranges. These uniformed men, which were not, they said in the beginning they are not employee of the organization of the company, or actually of the Kenyan government, but they have guns, So these are actually, you can say they are men who actually burned down, out of jealousness. You see, like, we are the one who protecting this project, we are the one who brought it, why you guys benefiting from it, that kind of mindset.
One of the youngsters passes us a handwritten note before disappearing back into the crowd. The banda's burning.
So, highlights. The first thing, it wasn't banned. There's nepotism, it's practiced, no leader from so it's like there are no leaders from the community who are elected, doing meeting in illegal way, not in town. They're doing meters many kilometers away, where the local communities cannot access, and they claim the project is for the community. They consulted the community,
Was no accident. One by one, under cover of darkness, they come forward to speak.
That lodge was burnt on purpose. It was no accident. They were burnt by human hands.
That's brave, brother.
I am asking those contributors who are giving money for this carbon not to send any money here again. Our leaders are misusing that money. Our fathers, mothers, elders, our illiterate people. Nobody knows about carbon.
Yeah, so the correct way should be started by 1, educating the local communities about the carbon credit itself. How they will benefit, what it entails. I think they will embrace it because they want to benefit from that. Now, the problem is, the most problem is, like, you'll find that all these projects, they never involve the people. And you can find even in that area, there's a mining activity going on. That's how it happens in Africa, in such communities, So, because why will the rangers be guarding with all the secrets, with all the force, with all the chest, this community land that's supposed to benefit the local communities?
They've heard about carbon, but they don't know what that is. I want you to change my voice and hide my face.
Okay.
Back in Nairobi, Innocence 165.
That's being brave, man. That's being very, very, very brave. Yeah.